Next up on WTV, earthquakes in Turkey, SFA to join the UT system, and the first edition of the STEM Spotlight. WTV's Daily Update starts now. Hey there, Red Hawk Nation. Today is Tuesday, February 14th, and I'm Hannah Beeler with today's Daily Update brought to you by Wingspan TV. As one of the most diverse schools in the region, there are Red Hawks from all around the world, and often something that happens thousands of miles away leaves a local impact. In this WTV special report, Lauren Pratt takes us halfway around the world and right back here to campus.
The 7.8 magnitude Kahramanmaraş earthquake that shook portions of northwestern Syria and southeastern Turkey last week left a devastating aftermath with global relief efforts underway. However, the aftershocks didn't just rattle the region, as the aftermath is hitting close to home for some Red Hawks.
The first few hours were mostly like making sure that our extended family members were okay. And we tried calling them, and some of them we couldn't reach. We just went to bed, and then it was in the morning that we heard about the destruction in how big it was. There are 11 deaths in the family, and they're not our immediate family. My husband's third cousins and their families were under the rubble, and some of them got out safely. But they lost 11 family members, which is a big number.
For sophomore Ipek Koskanuzer, this matter is front of mind.
Since I did grow up in Turkey, and we do have a lot of friends that have family in that area, it's just been really traumatic and stressful because there are still family members and people that are under all the buildings, and we're just like hoping and praying that they do get out safe.
With relatives currently living in the region, the impact of the earthquake is being felt by senior Salim Yalcin.
It's worrying because my grandparents are still there, so it's scary. Yeah. The second day after the earthquakes, around that area, it was told that it would hit another place, which was very scary because that's where my grandparents live, and yeah, it's just really worrying.
As the number of lives lost continues to rise, these Red Hawks are hoping for the best.
It's so hard to get like rescuers in there to be able to get the people out. There's just so many people under the rubble. It's like you probably start losing hope because it's been over 100 hours without food and water. So it's probably, the morale over there, I would say, is probably, they still have hope.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Lauren Pratt.
Yesterday's board meeting covered a wide variety of topics from SAT scores to voting for the next year's Board of Trustees. WTV's Karina Groska has the details.
The Board of Trustees held its monthly meeting last night at the Frisco ISD Administration Building. Many items were on the agenda, including a look at budget proposals for the next school year and budget transfers for this year. Along with this, the board looked at voting locations and times for the upcoming Frisco ISD Board of Trustees elections. The closest voting location to campus will be Frisco Fire Station 8 on Wiltloder Road and will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on May 6th. In other board news, the filing deadline for the upcoming board election is this Friday. Reporting for WTV, I'm Karina Groska.
Stephen F. Austin, a school in Nacogdoches, is taking steps to join the UT system. WTV's Luke Bishop has the details.
With choices from the A&M system, the Texas State system, the Texas Tech system, and of course the University of Texas system, Stephen F. Austin Board voted to accept the invitation from the University of Texas to become a member institution. Nothing would really change for Stephen F. Austin because they get to keep their name, their mascot, and their colors of purple and white. But with the title of UT, it gives much more publicity and attention to SFA.
I kind of wanted to go to SFA at first, but them joining the system really makes me want to go.
The Texas legislature has approved the transition. Board members said on the meeting that the UT system has pledged to support the legislation in the current session to ensure it passes. Reporting for WTV, I am Luke Bishop.
On the first edition of STEM Spotlight, WTV's Rayan Mansour talks to physics teacher Christine Rittenhouse about energy.
In AP Physics 1 classes, students explore the nature of energy under the eyes of a physicist. So I kind of treat energy like money. An object can gain money, like if you get like a deposit into your bank account, it's like you're giving energy to the object. The object can lose energy. It's like making like a withdrawal from the account, and it's really nice because it's like almost a tangible thing.
Students better visualize this concept with experiments, which display energy transformations between objects.
I like learning about simple harmonic motion through experiments because you're able to actually see the motion in place, and it just makes it more hands-on and easier to grasp when you can actually do it with your hands. And for example, the bouncing ball and the zigzag.
In the eyes of Rittenhouse, sometimes students can gain a more in-depth understanding of advanced concepts through experimentation.
We start with gravitational potential energy, the fact that the ball is high up, like relative to the center of the Earth, so when you let it go, that gravitational potential energy transforms into kinetic energy, and so then when the ball strikes the next ball in the line, that energy, that momentum gets transferred like all the way through the line, and then at the end, the other ball, it has received that kinetic energy and it jumps up, and then that kinetic energy gets converted into gravitational potential, and then the whole process like repeats over and over again.
Reporting for WTV, this is Rayan Mansour.
On today's sports, WTV's Luke Martin brings you a recap on Red Hawk athletics.
Wrestling competed in the 2-5A regional tournament over the weekend. The Red Hawks would see several individual successes, with 4 wrestlers punching their tickets to the UIL state tournament. For the boys advancing, senior James Ethan Harris would go undefeated, taking first place, and senior William Redden would take 4th place.
It means a lot. I had surgery last year, never really did anything last year, and from coming from nothing to something, hard work pays off.
It was a really hard tournament. I actually lost my first match, which was kind of killed my self-esteem, but I battled back and took 4th, and top 4 go to state, so that's all I had to do.
For the girls advancing, junior Mercedes Alvarez would also go undefeated, finishing in 1st place. Junior Taylor Clapp would take 4th place.
It feels like an overall just like out-of-body experience. Like I've always seen it in football, like where they throw the ball and they're like, let's go! That's exactly how it felt. Like I just felt the rush of, oh my God, I just did that. I just won.
I personally don't think that I performed my best. I lost to a girl that I should not have lost to, and that really bruised my ego a little bit. But I'm looking to get her at state, and I think that we're gonna have a good run.
The 4 wrestlers will prepare for the state meet starting on Friday, which will take place at the Berry Center in Cypress, Texas. Boys basketball would look to take revenge on Frisco Memorial on Friday, as the Warriors handed the Redhawks their only district loss earlier this season. The boys would do just that, as they would beat the Warriors in a high-scoring matchup, 92-84. This win would also solidify the boys as the top team in District 10-5A, earning themselves a district championship.
It felt good getting our get back, and we could have beat them at the beginning of the season, but we played bad overall as a team. And then last Friday, the last time we played them, we just came with it. We played as a team.
The boys will look to finish their district season strong before they head into playoffs, taking on Centennial tonight at 8 p.m. at Centennial High School. Girls basketball took on Frisco in their first round of playoffs last night. The team would dominate from start to finish, beating the Raccoons by a final score of 48-24. The team will use this as momentum for the second round of playoffs, with their next opponent to be determined. With the girls winning and the boys tying against Emerson last week, soccer will now set their sights on district opponent Lebanon Trail, who they'll face off against tonight. The girls will kick off at 5:30 at the Nest, and the boys will kick off at 7:30 at Lebanon Trail. Reporting for WTV, I'm Luke Martin.
If you're looking for more from Wingspan, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. And now for today's announcements. Tired of spending your summers in the Frisco area? How does a trip to Japan sound? In the summer of 2024, students will have the chance to travel to Japan as a part of a non-Frisco ISD-affiliated EF tour. There will be an informational meeting on February 22nd that will provide details on travel logistics, how to get high school or college credit for the trip, and affordable payment plans. Scan the QR code on the screen to register for the meeting, or email teacher Brian Higgins at higginsb@friscoisd.org, or stop by C102 for more details. Students, are you interested in conducting or learning about research? Our AP Research students are presenting their research design along with preliminary findings. Join us in the library during advisory on February 16th to learn more about this year's research projects. Mobile App Club will be hosting a meeting on Thursday, February 16th during Advisory at Mr. View's room, C151. If you're interested in mobile app development, join the Remind at LHS App Club or scan the QR code below. If you're a sophomore or junior interested in National Honor Society, applications are open. The deadline is February 24th. Please scan the following QR code for directions and application. That's it for today's Daily Update. This is Hannah Beeler for Wingspan TV.